Shalom, shalom, shalom. Brother Steve from NYC here. Making a quick video in reaction to a debate that happened not too long ago between Pastor Dowell and Mr. Roberts. I'm on the topic of biblical marriage. Woo, what a touchy topic. What is biblical marriage? Well, let's get more specific. Is polygyny sin? Is it okay for a man to have more than one wife? Is a man allowed to have concubines? Woo. Touchy. The debate was not too long ago, maybe a week ago, and I can say hands down, Pastor Dowell won this debate. He was very clear on so many examples of polygyny in Scripture, many of our patriarchs being polygynous, and the Father, the Most High Yah, never having any condemnation against it. It starts to have you think, what is right and wrong? Is polygyny right or wrong? How do you prove it? I mean, how do you know what sin is? There is no law in Scripture against polygyny. Nowhere. I haven't found it. If you find it, let me know. But Mr. Roberts came in, very astutely, trying to make his points across, but it seemed like he really didn't come to debate at all. He was really trying to attack Pastor Dowell on a personal level. Pastor Dowell made claims, and in a debate you'd expect appropriate rebuttals from the other party. Now, Pastor Dowell was making very clear statements, and even calling them out repeatedly to show him verses on where polygyny is shown in Scripture to be sin. Nah. Mr. Roberts would go around the bush. He would not bring points pertaining to the points that Pastor Dowell made. Honestly, I don't even think it was a debate. Mr. Roberts did not seem to come prepared at all. It even makes you think, even on the topic of polygyny, thinking outside the debate. Why do we think it's wrong? Is it because the Scripture says it's wrong? Or is it wrong because our society says it's wrong? Tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. We don't live in an Eastern society like the Bible is written in. We live in a Western society. So, if you start wrong, you end wrong. When we try to read Scripture from a Western perspective, it's not going to agree with us, and it's not going to make sense to us. We got to go back to our roots. We are from the East, and that was our culture. It is our culture. Even going past that, are we really going to book on the morality of this nation? The nation that made homosexuality legal? I think not. How do we know what's wrong? How do we know what's right? How do we know what sin is? Scripture's clear. Sin is the transgression of the law. Is there law against polygyny? Nah. Matter of fact, there's laws that regulate polygyny. Even Paul himself said, I only know sin through the law. We got to think, guys. Stop thinking the way they taught us to think, but be autonomous in our minds. That's where true power comes from. The Most High and being independent-minded. All right, y'all. Shalom Israel. Stay blessed.